Hello everyone, welcome to today's Knowledge webinar. Manage, share, and update your architectural, engineering, and construction projects in the cloud in real time. So today we are again in our second webinar with Sipe. And with Sipe Beam Server Center workflow, you can manage, share, and update your architectural, engineering, construction project like you've never done before. So stick around for a great demo. Our presenter today, Alfonso Solac, is a PhD candidate in civil engineer, Beam enthusiast, and dedicates his free time to explore off the beaten track destination with a backpack and a camera. So jealous, especially in normal day, even more jealous. Now I'm thinking we're all a little bit more moderate in our travel. Let me tell you a little bit about Noveg and where you can find your Sipe solutions. So Noveg is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, best advice, faster service without any hiccups. Check us out at noveg.com. And we would also like you all to get a good look at Sipe. And that's why we're issuing a 90-day free trial, which is a big deal because usually trials are a little bit more limited than that time-wise. So you can download Sipe for 90 days and really get inside out and have fun with it. How do you do that? You can request the download by emailing sales@noveg.com. So we'll be waiting for your request. In the meantime, I'm going to share Alfonso's screen and so he can guide you through the processes of Sipe. Take it away, Alfonso.
All right, so thank you very much for this invitation. I think you can see my screen at this moment. Could you confirm that?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, it's a pleasure to share a little bit about Sipe with you in this webinar organized by Noveg. We have 50 minutes to 1 hour to show a lot of things that we have at Sipe. So I choose some of our applications to use as an example of our workflows. During this presentation, I will present to you our cloud platform that is called Beam Server Center, and some applications that we launched during this year, 2020, that is actually the 2021 version, okay? So I think first, just to start, I will show a little bit about our company. So Sipe have been working with softwares for architecture, engineering, construction during the last 36 years. Okay, so at this moment we have more than 150 software, different applications that we have been working during this more than 3 decades. And we have at this moment around 170 professionals working directly from Spain in software development. Okay, so we work at Alicante, that it's a medium-sized city on the Mediterranean coast in Spain. And then we work with a network of resellers, more than 20 resellers like Noveg, that are working with us. These partners are this distribution network that sell the applications in different countries, okay? So today we have more than 100,000 of users and in more than 60 countries in all the continents, except on Antarctica. I presume that we don't have any user on Antarctica, but we are in all the continents with different disciplines, different kind of softwares, all of them related to the AECO sector, okay? So architecture, engineering, and construction. Our base is the Open Beam technology. So we work with Beam apps. These applications must work with open standard formats like the IFC format. So we are all the projects that can be created with our tools can send and receive information adopting open standards. Okay, so the Open Beam technology. The IFC maybe is the most common format, but we work with other formats that I'll show to you during the next moments. Okay, the idea is to always create a collaborative workflow where different people, different companies can work in the same project, and for that we created a platform, a cloud platform, where we can interact with different members of these projects and send and receive information. Okay. We use the open or the public standard formats because we think about the information durability. So we know that in the future, if we adopt this kind of formats, it's going to be easier to assess, to see this information because these formats are more durable. Okay. So when we explain OpenBeam project, we always use this little puzzle here with just 4 pieces. And it's common to show that maybe the first piece that we have on this OpenBeam project is the architectural model. So we have tools in the market like Autodesk Revit or Graphisoft Archicad or the systems from Bentley. Okay, that they are this first modeler, so the architectural modeler. Okay, during the past years, SAIP have been working in a second piece that are the softwares for calculation, analysis, design. Okay, so in this same piece, we can say that softwares like ETABS or Energy Plus, EPANET, they are famous calculation tools too. Okay. And a third piece on this puzzle could be the interoperability between the first 2 pieces. Okay, so we must send information to from the architectural model to the, for example, structural model or plumbing facilities model or fires, electrical project. We must send information from one piece to another in both directions. Maybe in a first moment from the architectural model to a specialized software, and then feeding back this architectural model with information from another discipline, and that's interoperability. And for that, we use the open formats like IFC, the format BC3 to bill of quantities, the GLTF that is a very common format used in the video games industry to represent 3D geometry. Okay, so the interoperability for us is a third piece of this OpenBeam project. And then we must feed these projects with data. So we must connect different databases to this system to add, for example, technical information to this project, thermal data, acoustic information, safety information, information about costs to the budget control of this project. So the BIM objects that we can have on this project, all of these information must come from this database. As I said before, during these 36 years of the experience of SAIP, we have been working in this gray piece here on the software for calculation, analysis, and design. But we have been working during the last 5 years to expand our software and have all the pieces of this project. So in 2017, we launched the BIM Cyber Center platform. That is the place where all these softwares can interact and send and receive information. Okay, all the people that are working with this software. In 2019, we launched a new brand that is called OpenBeam Systems. That is a kind of database with information from different manufacturers of the sector of architecture and engineering from the world. So you can find free tools with this brand, free OpenBeam tools that have products from different manufacturers. And this year, 2020, in August, we launched the first piece, but actually it was our last product, the last one that we just launched some months ago. That is SAIP Architecture. That is a free tool to generate an architectural model in IFC. Okay, so you can create your model using these tools and then connect with all the other tools that we have in our platform. Okay, so yeah, here just showing some images. The idea is that we have all the disciplines that you need in a normal project, let's say that. So all the building facilities, the structural calculations for steel and concrete structures, reinforced concrete structures. We have also the open and the health and safety protections that we must have in our project during the construction of this building. Okay, and these softwares are divided at this moment in two places. Let's say that one of them it's a setup that you can run in your computer and have a package with around 23 to 25 different applications. So here you have some of them. And then we have more than 120 other applications that are available on our cloud platform, Beam Cyber Center. Some of them are for free. Some of them they have the paid version, and you can connect these applications to between them, okay, between themselves, okay, sending and receiving information. I will always try to explain Beam Cyber Center as a series. I'm from the 90s. In my country, there was a very famous series from Japan that was called the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers were actually different heroes, and each hero had a kind of vehicle that was actually a robot in a different robot. And these vehicles could work, how can I say, isolated. They can work single, but it was much better when in the end of each episode, these vehicles come together into turn into a big robot that was called the Megazord. So this Megazord was much more powerful than the 5 different vehicles working in a single way. Okay, so Beam Cyber Center is actually the same thing. Here we could say that we have 140 softwares that can work separately. But when we work with them together, send and receiving information from one software to another, the combination is much more useful, much more powerful than the single applications. Okay, so that's our idea. And we could say that as in the Power Ranger series, we have another Megazord that was called the Green Zord or something like that. We also have the same situation that we have in the professional platform that is called Beam Cyber Center. We have the educational platform that is called Beam Cyber Center Education. Okay. The idea is always send information from one discipline to another. That's the main objective of this platform. And we can also connect here other softwares that are not developed by SAIP, like Autodesk Revit or any other IFC that can come from ArchiCAD or Bentley or Trimble. If it's a IFC file, we can inject this information, this model into the cloud using different workflows that we propose, and then interact with the SAIP tools. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay. After that, I think we can see a little bit about the Beam Cyber Center platform. Today, this is real numbers. Actually, they can update at any moment. We have around 72,000 users. Actually, it's a huge number of projects and download applications. Okay, always working with IFC files. Okay, and to access this platform, it's quite easy. Just have to search for that on Google or use your browser and type beamcyber.center. Okay, so that's the name of the platform. Here you find this platform in different languages. There are some presentation videos here. Here you can see the store where are those applications that I have been talking before. You can find more information about our applications, the mobile version of Beam Cyber Center, applications to represent the projects in augmented reality or virtual reality. Okay, so here we have some information. And when we create our account, actually this account is for free. You don't have to pay for that. Okay, you see a kind of dashboard like this one where you can manage your projects. Okay, so here I have the last projects that my team have been working. So some of them were created by me, but some of them were created by any other teammate. When was the last change? Here we can see this projects. Here I can have an overview of my contacts, some of my contacts. Inside of this platform, we can add, find, or search for other contacts that are working using the Bing technology to develop projects. So it's a great way to interact with other people that can be part of our team if we need some type of professional, for example. Okay, and using the tools that we have here in the platform, we can send and receive collaboration requests to work or have someone working in our projects. At this moment, for example, I have 5 pending collaboration requests that I could accept or not to work, or to accept that someone work to my project. Okay, just showing something here inside of the platform. In this button here, we can see my projects gallery. So all the projects that I have been working with Cype and other development or other software development tools, always using the IFC format. So we can send this information from one software to another, but actually we have a kind of a copy of this projects in the cloud, and we can see this information without any application. Okay, so just using our browser. This one, for example, here, the business school project. I'm the owner of this project. The last change was 4 days ago, and when we open this format here, just repeating, without any application, just the internet browser. Okay, so it could be in your tablet or in your computer or in your mobile phone. Here we can have an overview about the project at this moment. So here we have a 3D view of this architectural model, this business school. And here it's quite interesting because we have the other IFCs that came from different applications. So for example, here we can activate the structural model. And for example, I don't know, let's wait a little bit here, but the water supply installation project. Okay, so we can see not just the architectural model, but all the other disciplines, depending on the disciplines that we have been working before. Okay, here on the cloud. Of course, that's the size of the project. It's important because some applications, some software, some projects can be very big, and then it's going to be difficult to represent that on a browser environment. Okay, so but yeah, here you can see that we can see that the structure, it was a steel structure that was uploaded to the project. Okay, but it's just a easy way to have an overview about the project. Okay, because this information is actually created in some softwares, and we can see this information more precisely using the applications itself. Okay, so here we have some issues and requirements that the platform is telling us that we must solve the requirements or the issues that we have. We have here a kind of system, then you can send information or ask for changes or point some problems that we have in our projects, sending issues or requirements. Okay, so we can consult this information here. At this moment, we have some pending issues that we could solve. Okay, so for example, here we can also see an image of this issue, a description of this issue, who created this issue or requested this change on the project. And here we have some files. We can see the files that we have on this project. So the different IFC files that were uploaded to Bing Server Center. Let's see how many files we have at this moment. So here we have 4, 8, 10 files, 10 different files, I think. One of them, it was just the project of the windows of this building. So it was an IFC that was created separated from the architectural model. Here the architectural model itself. Here the thermal loads that were calculated with a specific software for that. Here the HVAC installation calculate with a system developed by Bosch. Okay, so different disciplines that were developed to this project, and we can see the files here on the cloud. Okay, we can also see our work team, and in this part of the project, we can invite any other user of the platform to work together with us. So here we will see the active team that is working on this project. So we have actually a lot of people working on this project. So we can assign different roles. So the owner, the moderator, the editor, the guest, okay, and also different areas. So this guy is going to be the guy that will work with the structural analysis. And this one is going to be the 3D design. So this one with the architectural elements, okay. So here we can invite different users, and we can also manage the requests that maybe we can turn the visibility of this project on and share this project with all the users of the platform. So for example, if we are looking for someone to work with us in a specific part of the project, so we can share this project on the platform, and someone can find that and send a collaboration request and ask to work with us. So this guy here, for example, is asking us to work with as a collaborator on the project, and as I'm the owner of this project, I can accept or not this guy to work with us. Okay. Yeah. So that's the platform, but I think it's quite easy to understand how it works. But if we see some examples using some of the tools that we have on the platform, it's going to be much easier to understand. So I choose 3 of them. As I said before, actually we have 144 at this moment. I choose just 3, okay? But the idea is it's the same, okay? So this is, I think, the first piece of our project, the first step that we must have when we create an OpenBIM project. So it's the architectural model. This application is SIPE Architecture, as I said before, just launched some months ago, and just showing some parts of this application. You can download it for free from BIM Cyber Center. I'll show you later where you can download that. But we have here 3 different tabs. Okay, so we have a kind of sketch tab where we can, in a very early phase of our project, we can draw our project. We can create some circles, ellipses, polygons, some quadrilaterals, and just try to define the geometry of our building. We are not talking about construction solutions yet. When we are using this drawing tools, we are talking about drawings. Okay, so here we can add some references, some arcs, some grids. We can color these elements with different colors here, assign some labels, and we can also extrude, we can divide, we can offset the surface that we can create. Okay, we can also manage the views that we have in the software in this panel here. So we can create floor views, elevations, sections, 3D views. Okay, and with this views, we can. It's going to be easier to develop the model, because sometimes the model is complex. It's not easy to see what we have inside of the model. So creating some elevations or some sections, it's going to be easier to create that. We can also create different layers. So for example, coming back here to the 3D view, I created these layers that you can see here. So for example, let's deactivate the facades, for example, here, or another layer that was this other facade it was a second type here. For example, the fireplace walls here. Okay, so I created different layers just to make it easier, to be easier to develop this model. And we can also, for example, unselect everything here, and you can see some other IFCs that were synchronized with the software using the Beam Service Center platform. What it means? It means that we have been using these buttons here. So we exported the IFC from SIPE architecture to Beam Service Center before. Someone received this information, worked with this information, developed a structural calculation, a wood frame like this one, for example, using, I don't know, SipeCAD or Strubeam, SIPE 3D. There are different softwares to structural analysis. Sent this information back. I updated using this button here, and now I have information from a colleague inside of my software. Okay, so we have this workflow. We always have this workflow. We will send and receive information to the platform using these buttons here, the export and update buttons that are present in all the softwares that are connected to this platform. Okay. Actually, if we click on one of these views here with the right button of our mouse, we can see other IFCs that were sent by colleagues. At this moment, SipeCAD wood frame, it was the name of a project that someone sent to the platform, a colleague sent to the platform, and now it's visible here on this view that we call 3D. Okay, so if we activate here, for example, these other sanitary systems and water systems, so plumbing facilities that we have, we can also see that now these plumbing facilities are visible here on the platform, okay, on the software. They were not developed here on SIPE architecture. They were developed on SIPE Plumbing, on SipeCAD, but we can work with them integrated in the same model, okay, in the same OpenBeam project. All right, so we have been talking about the sketch tab, but we also have here the architecture tab. So we can first plan our building, creating here some geometry, but maybe in the end, the results that we will have will be the IFC model or the architectural model created with construction elements. So here we are talking about vertical elements like different types of walls, curtain walls, roofs, railings, also columns, okay? So here we have also the different types of slabs. And we have here, I know, internal floor slabs, roofs, screeds, external floors. So different slabs. We can also add some suspended ceilings, some beams here, okay? Horizontal elements. Then we can add some slope formation when we have a flat roof, for example, or add the roof tiles as we have here. Let's select these layers again. So these roofs, let me deactivate this space. So these tiles were created using the roof tiles option. We can add these details that we can have here on the roof, okay? The openings, so different type of openings, the doors, the windows, the skylights that we can have in our project. We can adjust the position of these apertures or these openings. After, if we introduce one of these openings, we can change the position and also update this information, okay? So different tools to introduce openings. We also have some vertical connections like stairs, ramps, elevators, lifts, okay? So circular ramps, curved ramps, different options to add a vertical connection, and also some swimming pools. For example, this project, we don't have a swimming pool, but let's introduce here some swimming pool. To introduce a swimming pool, it's quite easy. We just have to add a reference. We can also classify these elements using labels. So sometimes, for example, if we create a wall, it's easier to group these walls in creating, for example, walls with a specific name or a specific size or with a specific type. So we can do that using these labels here. Okay. When we talk about swimming pools, it's not that common because actually we always have just one or maybe two swimming pools in the same project. But when we talk about columns or types of slabs, it's very useful to add labels here. We can add this swimming pool in a specific level. For example, in this project we created before, these 5 levels here: the basement, terrain, ground floor, first floor, and rooftop. Okay, so in this moment, for example, I'll create that on the terrain. Then we can set some, in this case, the depth of this swimming pool, some colors, and then we just have to select here, for example, the terrain, and start drawing the perimeter of this this swimming pool. Let's wait here. Okay, so we can start creating our swimming pool. We have here some tools to add the length of each segment of this perimeter. We can activate and deactivate this option using this little button here. Okay, so here, let's deactivate here. Then, for example, I don't know, here, and yeah, here we have a little swimming pool. Okay, so very easy to introduce a swimming pool on the project. I'm using the swimming pool as an example, but the other elements are quite similar. Okay, so we must select the construction elements from the menus here and introduce that on the model. Okay, we can also use this addition button here and change some parameters at any moment. So let's put here 2 meters again, and the element is changed. Okay, you can see that each element have different parameters. So this is a wall, the wall properties. So these properties, this is the name, the reference that we choose to this wall. We created different types of walls here. So some ethics walls. Then we have here different codes for the different types of walls that we have on the project. Each element is associated to a level, having a different adjustment. It means that we can introduce this element adopting a line that is on the external face of this wall, or in a central line in the middle of this wall, or in the internal face, for example. Okay, the type, if it's an internal partition, a basement wall, external facade. So these are different parameters of a wall. Okay, we can change this information at any moment. Once we finish the model, we can also add some furniture. So here we have different furnitures, like, I know, this computer here. We can add this computer. We can choose some parameters about this computer. I don't know, change for black here. I don't know, different parameters to add this computer. Remember that we are always talking about IFC entities. So when we press this button here, export, all the information that is generated using the software will create an IFC file that will be exported and used in the platform as the format that will interact with the other applications. Okay. There is something that is quite interesting, because here when we create a sketch, for example, let's do something here. Let's add, for example, a cylinder here. First, we'll create a circle. This circle here. Oh, it's not. Let me activate the sketch information. Just a second, because here we have a little button that is show or hide the sketch information. So let's. I don't know if we have time to do an example. Okay, so now we have here. So I create this circle here. Then I will extrude this cylinder, choosing, for example, a length of, I don't know, 2 meters or 3 meters. Let's wait here. I think it's a little bit slow because we have a lot of applications that are working together. So here, 2 meters, for example. And then we can select one surface and transform this 2D drawing in a 3D geometry. So for example, like this. Okay, we can also do it again, or delete, or create, I don't know, an offset of this information, this model here. So like this, something like that. So just 3D modeling tools. But there is a point that is very interesting, that is these elements from the construction elements tab can be created from the elements that we draw before using the sketch tab, sketch tools. Okay, so here on the architecture, let's say that, for example, this part of the roof, let's suppose that is a roof, we can come here and select a slab, for example, and say that this slab is, for example, it's a roof. Okay, the roof, this roof have a thickness of, I don't know, 30 centimeters, for example, and then we can choose this kind of entry mode that is kind of per surface area. Okay, so when we choose this type of introduction, this type of to create the model, the elements, we can select the surfaces created before on the sketch tab and convert these as these surfaces on construction elements that will be exported according to the IFC format, according to the Building Smart standard. So that's quite interesting because we can create different forms. So it's very flexible. We can create some geometries that are sometimes are not too easy to generate. But if we work with this sketch model before and then turn this sketch in a beam model, it's going to be easier and we can reach different geometries. Okay. All right. So here, as I said before, we just now, if it's finished, we can export this information to the platform. And when we install the applications developed that are how can I say, that are compatible with the platform, we will install a synchronizer. That is this little icon that we have here near the clock. That is the BIM Server Center synchronizer. Okay, so here we can add some different accounts. And in this case, I have just my account that is connected in this computer. So 13 of my projects are synchronized with this computer that I'm working now. But maybe we can have more projects that are just in the cloud at this moment because they were finished and we are just storing these projects on the cloud. Okay, so we can see these 13 projects that are synchronized with this computer, but we can change that and select the projects that we want to synchronize with this computer. Okay, so when one project is synchronized with this computer, we can send and receive information using these buttons, because when we click here, we will choose a name for this IFC that we are generating from SIPE architecture, for example, but would be the same to other projects. And the software will be starting generating this IFC and start uploading this IFC to the platform. Then we can come in a second application. For example, this application here is used to generate the view of quantities of the building. So based on the IFC model, we can for example, let me click here. There's this button here where we can select the project that we are working. So I previously selected the same project where that model that was created with SIPE architecture is located. Okay, so it's the same folder on the cloud, and inside of that folder on the cloud we have different IFCs. So some IFCs that came from SIPECAD for the structural model, or here, for example, the HVAC system or the wireless project, or here, for example, we have also some information that came from Autodesk Revit, or information from different disciplines, different softwares that work with the platform. We can select which IFCs we would like to import to this second application. So in this case, which IFCs will be considered on the view of quantities in the future. Okay, to be faster, I just selected the SIPE architecture and SIPECAD, the same that we have on we saw before, and then we can work in this case, for example, generating the view of quantities based on the IFC entities that we have on this model. So here we will create a COS database or we can import a coast database, then set some measurement rules to create a correlation between the information that is on the BIM model and then the information that is on the coast database to then generate a view of quantities. And in the end, we will extract all the measurements, let's say that, of this project based on the BIM model, and have a view of quantities. Okay, so at this moment, the project have 12 or 13 IFCs. So I select just 2 of them. They were imported here to Open BIM Quantities, that is the name of this application, just using the button update. Okay, so as you can see here, there's my name here because I'm also logged in this application using the same account that I have on BIM Server Center. Okay, that's very interesting because when we change something, for example, let's suppose that we change something here on SIPE architecture. Let's open it here. I think it's here. So our SIPE architecture isn't exporting yet. Let me open another example here. When we export we change something here and we export this file again, the other users that are working in the same project are notified that there are changes on the project. So not just from SIPE architecture to other users, but from any user to other users. So at this moment, for example, we can see that in this project, that is totally different. Here we have another model with different layers, with different geometry, and also different IFCs that are synchronized to this platform. This button is flashing, and there are a lot of files. You can see that some files were created and some files were modified since I updated the last time. So the platform tells us there are some differences on the project, and we can click here and choose which file we want to update and keep working on the project. So that's how it works. Okay, so here on the quantities is importing this information, updating this information. There are some quantities that probably changed since we synchronized the last time. Let me show you some other examples here. For example, Open BIM Layout. Open BIM Layout is another tool that is also connected on the same system. It's a free tool too. Okay, so with this tool we can generate the different drawings that we have in our project. So here we can create DWG or PDF drawings from this BIM model. So here we created 8 different sheets here, like the ground floor, the first floor, the rooftop. Here we can add annotation, we can add the dimensions of these models. Okay, so we can create, for example, here some section planes. We can add text, tables, always connecting this program with the platform and using this button to receive the information from other softwares. It's very interesting because here, let me show you here. We have this button here that is the 3D scene, where we can create a library of 3D scenes. These scenes can come from the BIM models. So here we can activate different IFCs. So I have an IFC that it was created with SIPE architecture, and another one that was created with SIPECAD. So for example, in this one, we have here both of them activated, but if we deactivate the SIPECAD, we have just information that come from the architectural model. Or we can reverse this selection and have just the structural model here, or we can have both of them. Or maybe the architectural model, we can put it on transparent. And then we can activate the different categories, like just the stairs, or just the slabs, or just the furniture, or just the walls. So here we can have different filters to create a scene. So this one, for example, I call the perspective to the architectural model, just a name that I created for that. This scene could be a 3D view, but could be a section, or could be a elevation. So we can create the different scenes here. And also we have this library of scenes. We can add these scenes into the sheets here. So for example, here it was the section AA, but I created before the section BB. I just have to select here section BB, click out of this scene, and then we have this section BB here. So then we can create this documents, these graphical documents that we must present to the city hall or to our client, so whatever. So here the PDF, we can export that on PDF or DWG to send it to someone. Okay, so it's just another example about how it works. We have again these buttons here, the export and update button, and if we click here on update, we will see the different IFCs. So the same IFCs that we saw before here on OpenBean quantities, we have on OpenBean layout in this case. Okay, so yeah, too many things together here. Let's see, where is that? Here on OpenBean layout. So here on OpenBean layout, the same IFCs. And if we want to create, for example, the documents that come from the HVAC model, we can just select this file here and represent the ducts or the machines that come from the HVAC system. Okay. All right. Let me show you some other options that we have on the platform. Oh, before we can see some examples that are very nice that we have here. So this one, I think it's quite nice because it's a little building, six or seven story building, and it's very interesting because if we deactivate the layers created in the architectural model, we can see all the IFCs that were created with other applications that are on the platform and synchronize it. And let's suppose I was the architect of this project and I received this information. So they were integrated on the platform, on the model. So here we can see the furniture, all the electrical facilities, the plumbing facilities here, the structural model. Okay. So here we can create a different combination of files. Let's suppose that this is just IFCs that come from the plumbing facilities, for example, the fire protection facilities, and then the gas facilities. Here we have the gas facilities, and then for example, there are the water facilities, some of them here. So when we accept that, we can see this IFCs here, and we can create this filter. Okay, we can create a lot of them here. Okay, and but our model is here, our architectural model. We can change, for example, the colors. We can change these colors, changing the opacity, and let's suppose everything is transparent, just to create a kind of nice view here. So here we can see a little bit inside of our building. For example, if we deactivate the spaces here, it's going to be easier to see. Okay, but we can also create a section here, for example, and see inside of this model. Okay. Just here another example. This example is quite simple. It's a famous building that was constructed on London years ago. So here we have just 5 layers. So a solid material, then we have a glass material, then the furniture, and then the stairs, and then the floor. So it's a model that is in a earlier phase of the project. So here we have just this IFC, and actually it's just a sketch of the model. So we can export this information. We can see this information, for example, using the augmented reality technology that we have on the Bean Cyber Center platform, but we don't have the Bean model yet. We have just a sketch of this model, but at any moment we can change these surfaces into Bean entities or in IFC entities and export that to the platform and work with other applications. Okay, just some examples. Coming back here to the platform, let me show you some things that are very interesting. For example, here we have a recommended projects tab. according to my profile, according to the place and I am in at this moment, and according to the preference that we have. Here we can see different projects that could be recommended to me. So maybe could be interesting to me to work with these teams or people that are working, looking for different engineers or architects. Here I can manage my contacts. So we can create groups of contacts. So I created here, for example, a group that is my teammates from SIPE, or the Brazilian teammates, or groups that we can create here. So actually here we can just manage these people, add new contacts from here. If we know that someone is inside of the platform, have an account on the platform, we just can add in the mail of this contact using this button here. And once this person is in our contact list, we can add someone to a project and work together in the same project. Okay. Here we have the store. So here you can take a look on the applications that are available on the platform. Of course, we have been looking 3 of them, but as I said before, just here on the platform, we have 137 different applications. Here you can see, for example, the Open Beam COVID-19. That was a free software created to generate biosecurity plans against the virus. So you can use, for example, to generate these plans and say and define the protection areas, all the elements that you must have in for example, in a store or in a restaurant or in a classroom to guarantee the safety of these places. So it's one of the applications that we can connect on this ecosystem that is called Beam Service Center. Okay, so SIPE architecture is the first one here, but you have different categories here. For example, the new features that we've just released, some softwares that were developed for manufacturers. For example, here Daikin systems, or for example here Toshiba systems, or I know Unix, Fujitsu, or different manufacturer systems. So there are different applications that can be connected to the system. Okay, each application will generate a part of this Beam model. So we will not have a unique file. We will have different files, different IFC files, but a unique project, a unique Open Beam project that can be created by different people. So we don't have to wait someone finish part of the job to start working in our part. So that's an advantage of this platform. Okay, here you can also find just the free applications. For example, there are 33 different applications that are available for free on the platform. Some popular applications, then they were classified before by discipline. For example, here 12 applications to structural analysis, view of quantities, electrical systems, HVAC, telecommunications, plumbing, thermal, acoustics, fire safety. So different applications that you can find here. Download these applications. All of them have 30 days here, and then the 90 days that Barbara have been saying before. No, so to try to use these trial versions, and you just have to download it here and install on your computer and logging in using the account that you can create here on the platform. Okay. I think it is okay. As I said before, we just have this 50 minutes to show a lot of things that we have here on the platform. These 3 examples, I think they are enough to show a little bit about this huge iceberg that could be Beam Service Center platform. We just saw the top of this iceberg. You can imagine that our Megazord, as I said before, can be much bigger than just 5 pieces. So in this example, we used 3 of these pieces, but imagine that with 137 different pieces, and you can mount this Megazord at any time with the needs of your project. You don't have to use all the tools that we have on the platform. It depends on the type of your project, the size of your project, the needs that you have on your project. So you can create the toolbox. Let's say that is a toolbox depending on the needs that you have. Okay. I think my part it was that. I don't know if we have any question or any suggestion. If you wanna send any message, I think we have here a kind of chat.
Yes, thank you, Alfonso. We have one question. Is clash detection possible?
Yes. We have here on the platform one tool that is called Open Beam Model Checker. Okay, Open Beam Model Checker here. So yeah, this one here. So the Open Beam Model Checker is it's a specific tool that works with the same system. So for example, when we send the architectural model from SIPE architecture, then we send the SIPE-CAD model with the structural model, then the SIPE plumbing model, the SIPE-LEC model, all the models through the platform, we can synchronize these IFCs with Open Beam Model Checker and run a clash detection analysis. Okay, so we can create some combinations of files. For example, just let's verify if the structural model collide with the plumbing facilities model, for example. We can create this combination of different IFCs and run this analysis and identify the issues that we can have in our project. Okay, so Open Beam Model Checker is the name of this project, this software. Sorry, there are some parts of the software that are for free and some modules that are paid. So you can download the application directly from here and use this trial version to try. So that's the application.
Thank you. That was really helpful. One more question. Does the program apply different codes?
Yes, actually it depends on the discipline. So we have different codes for structural calculation or to, for example, thermal analysis. Actually, there is a page here on the SIPE's. Let's see if we look here, SIPE codes. There is here. So here we can see a list of the codes that are implemented on the SIPE tools. So we have for different countries, for example, just for concrete structures, we have these codes that were implemented. To USA, we have these codes here. We also have the Euro codes here. Okay. Then, for example, to steel structures, so we have these codes here. The Euro code we have here. The USA codes we have here. Then for code format steel structures, different codes. Then, so here we have all the codes that are implemented to the different applications that we have, not just on the Data Center platform, but also in traditional tools that are available since SIPE started with these activities 36 years ago. Okay, so I think we can share these links somewhere here on the chat. I will ask for Barbara to share these links with our
Sure.
our assistant.
Sure.
So
I will share it with everybody. It's in the chat actually, so I will. Here it is to everybody. Everybody can click the chat box and click on the link. It's very useful. Yeah, so many codes. It's good that you feature them all. Great. And this is great, Alfonso. I really like the way you really describe the ecosystem, and you talked about tip of the iceberg, which I think it's very appropriate because it's such a huge ecosystem, like I said, and everybody can customize it, and this is great. And that's why we want you to really go and try it for yourselves. So email sales@novage.com and we can hook you up with a free 90-day trials. 90 days, plenty of time to really extract as much as information as you can from a tool that you may really want to use in the future. So thank you so much, Alfonso. That was really a great demo. I'm going to take the screen back to show where you can find SIPE on the Noveg website. You go to noveg.com and then you go on the search. It's really easy to find, and there's the different solutions, like Alfonso mentioned. There's SciFire, electricity, HVAC, thermal, and so on. I mean, it's a really complete tool. So thanks again for joining us today. Looking forward to hear from you, and email us with the trial request, sales@noveg.com. Thanks again, Alfonso, for an awesome presentation, and have a great rest of the day. Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. See you next time.